Hi everybody, this is Diana from SyS Salado, and today I'm going to show you step by step how to make a basic white sandwich bread. As always, link for this recipe can be found in the info box below and at syisalado.com. So first we're going to make sure our water is at the right temperature, which should be between 100 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 to 43 degrees Celsius. To this water, we're going to add dry active yeast and a little bit of white sugar to help it activate. We're going to give it a stir and let it sit for about 5 to 7 minutes or until it activates. And the way we know how it's activated is when you get that foam right on top. To this yeast mixture, we're going to add melted butter and we're going to give it a stir. Then in a separate bowl, we're going to add bread flour. You can also use all-purpose flour, but bread flour works really great for making bread. And we're also going to add non-fat powdered milk, white sugar, and salt. To this dry mixture, we're going to add the activated yeast. And then we're going to start stirring with our hands until all of the flour is incorporated. And if you notice that your dough is a bit too dry, you can add a little bit of warm water until you're able to incorporate all of the flour and shape it into a ball. Once you form your dough into a ball, what we're going to do is knead it for about 5 to 8 minutes or until it's elastic. I usually do it with a mixer, but I'm going to show you how to do it with your hands. And all you do is press with the palm of your hands, fold it over and turn. So you're going to pull, fold it over and turn. And like I said, you're going to keep doing this for about 5 to 8 minutes or until you have a nice, smooth and elastic dough. And this is the texture that your dough should have. It should be bouncy and it should be nice and smooth. After that, we're going to grease the bowl where we mix the flour with a little bit of oil. If you want, you can use a separate clean bowl to do this. It really doesn't matter. Then we're going to place our dough right inside the bowl. Put a little bit of oil right on top to preventing from drying out. And then we're going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it rise in a warm place for about an hour or until it doubles in size. After about an hour, we're just going to deflate it with our hands. Then we're going to take the dough and place it on a flat floured surface, and we're going to flatten it with our hands. After that, we're going to shape it into a log by taking one of the edges and folding it over to the center. And then that border or that edge needs to be pinched with the rest of the dough. I didn't do it because I was too busy looking at the camera. Then we're going to fold over the rest of the dough, and now you're going to start pinching every seam that you have. Now this is going to help you shape it into a nice log, and it's also going to help you prevent any cracks from forming inside your bread. Then we're going to place the dough in a loaf baking pan and we're going to cover it with plastic wrap. Now we're going to let it rest for about 25 minutes to an hour or until the dough rises about 1 inch above the edge of your loaf pan. Try not to let it go past from 1 inch to 1.5 inches because otherwise your bread is going to expand way too much inside your oven and then it's just going to collapse. So about 1 inch to 1.5 inches is what you need to look for. We're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then after that, we're going to cover it with aluminum foil and bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes or until your loaf of bread is done. After that, we're going to let it cool on a cooling rack, and then you can just slice it and serve it. And as you can see, this loaf of bread came out with an amazing soft and spongy texture. But as you can see, there's a big crack inside the bread, and that's because I didn't pinch the inside seam of that dough. So make sure you pinch every seam that you have before you bake it. If you enjoyed this video and this recipe, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel so you can be up to date with all the new videos that I upload in the future. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye, and buen provecho.